Okay, number 7. Mike bought 9 pounds of apples and he's eaten 3/4 of a pound so far and has $15 worth of apples left. Write and solve an equation to find the cost of the apples per pound to the nearest dollar. So first off, we don't know how much per pound is, but we know he got 9 pounds. So 9 times the cost per pound. Then you have to subtract what he's eaten. So he's eaten 3/4, and we know he now has $15 worth left. So from this point, you have to know that you subtracted the 3/4 because he's already eaten it, and we had to multiply 9 pounds times D because D is the cost for 1 pound. Draw your line, and we're going to add 3/4 to both sides. Then you end up with 9D equals 15.75. We know 3/4 is 0.75. Divide by 9 on each side. And D is then equal to $1.75 per pound. So if I went back and I take $1.75 and I substituted it in for D, you would get 9 times $1.75 is $15.75 minus the 3/4, the 75 cents, which is $15. Number 8, Mary solved a problem and we have to figure out what her error is. So it looks like the first thing she did was subtract 10 from both sides, and she got 12x. I'm right here. 12x equals 44 minus 10x. She added 10x to this side, but didn't add it to this side. So she subtracted 10x. So we need to go back up to this step right here. And it should be 12x equals 44 minus 10x. So if we add 10x to both sides, you would get 22x equals 44. And then you would divide by 22 on each side. And then you would get that x is 2. And the way that you check it, if I go back up here to the top, 12 times 2 is 24, plus 10 is 34 on this side. And then if I substitute 2 in for this x, 10 times 2 is 20, 54 minus 20 is 34. So we're good. Use the distributive property. I'm on number 9. Use the distributive property so you can solve the equation. I forgot the U there, didn't I? So number 9, I have 2 parentheses y minus 3 plus 3 equals 6y minus 5. Distributive property, we have to multiply that out. So I have 2y minus 6 plus 3 equals 6y minus 5. Now I need to combine like terms on the same side of my equal sign here. So I need to combine negative 6 plus 3. So I have 2y minus 3 equals 6y minus 5. Now, from here I have to look at my y's. I have 2y here, 6y here. If I subtract 6y from both sides, I'm going to get a negative on the left. So we're going to subtract 2y from both sides. When I do that, I get negative 3 equals 4y minus 5. Add 5 to both sides. I apologize, I'm running out of room. 8 equals 4y. Divide each side by 4. And you get that y equals 2. Didn't give myself much room on this. Number 10 now. With number 10, it says, what does it mean for an equation to have one solution, or no solutions, many solutions, and one solution? So when we talked about this, remember that something like this is one solution, meaning that there's one answer that would make an equation true. Let me undo that S there. If I have an equation where it's 3 and my variables cancel and I have 3 equals 3, that means that there's many solutions, meaning I can substitute any number in for my variable and I will get the same thing on both sides because that statement's true. And if I end up with something like this that is false, that means no solutions. If you have forgotten this lesson, make sure you go back to lesson 7-4 and kind of look it over to review what that means, like as far as solving it. Number 11, which plant grows at a faster rate? So with this, we have to find the slope, okay? Or we could find out the unit rate, which is 1. So a lot of you know that for 2 weeks, if the plant grows 8 inches, we know for 1 week the plant has grown 4 inches. I also can take 8 divided by 2, and you would get 4. 12 divided by 3, you get 4. 16 divided by 4, you get 4. And 20 divided by 5, you get 4. So for plant number 1, it's 1 week. Let me get this 4 inches. Plant number 2, the graph is kind of cut off here, but first off, we got to look at our scale. And they're going up, they're going up by 1 on the X, and they're going up by 2 on the Y. So if I go, and these are the weeks, and on the side here is the inches. Bear with me here, guys. So 1, 2 means 1 week, 2 inches. I can also go 2 weeks, 4 inches, 3 weeks, 6 inches, and as you can tell, that's going to be proportional to straight line and through the origin. So plant number 1 would be the one that would grow at a faster rate because it's growing 4 inches in 1 week. Now let's look at 7-6, find the slope. Remember, the slope is the rate that the graph is going up by. So we have 2 ordered pairs, 0, 6, and 20, 14. And we were doing y in my second group minus y in my first group over x in my second group minus x in my first group. So here is my x's and here's my y's. Y is 6 and 14, but I want y in my second group. So I'm going to do 14 minus my 6 divided by x in my second group minus 0, x in my first group. Remember that these two right here have to be in a complete ordered pair. I can't take the 14 first from the second pair and then the 0 from the first pair. So y, some students like to do this. So they like to say y in group 2. Here's my y, here's group 2. So it's 14 minus my y in my first group to keep it straight. Okay, 14 minus 6 is going to give you 8. 20 minus 0 is 20. If I simplify that, you could go down to 4/10, half and half, and simplify that again, and your slope is 2/5. So remember, rise over run would mean you go up 2 over 5.